a shed update, and I was going to do 2 of these, but I decided just to go ahead and do just one big one. And first, we're going to start with empty boxes. I was actually cleaning out some closets, and I don't know why I stuck some of the empty boxes in there, but I do keep some of the boxes. And number one, especially polar lights, and they're really bad at it. The NX, the D7, and the Constitution, they all had 2 boxes, 2 different box arts, and I'll show you the NX one right now. When you first got the NX kit, it would look like that. It's a different box, and it was, I guess, a gimmick. I'm not a real big fan of collecting. Well, I can't say that either. I do like collecting both boxes, but I really wouldn't, go pay to, hunt them down and all that. So if I do find them cheap, great. If not, I mean, it wasn't really a big priority. But anyway, I built this for a gentleman, and so I kept the box, and I got another NX over there that I can actually take out of the box, put in that, and I'll have one each if I want to do so. The Constitution did the same way. If you ever notice, all the ships are going this way, and the first release ships, all the ships are going the other direction. But anyway, that's one of those. And sometimes I do buy bag kits, water damage, someone will get rid of the box, but the kit's good, and I'll buy them and replace it and put it in. So that's one thing that I do. Up next, I got another Cutaway Falcon. It was cheap. I'd rather have just a plain Jane Falcon, but it was cheap, and you can never have enough. Blade Runner, Zapped. You don't even have to make the Falcon. You can make any Carillion freighter, and I already got a couple of them. And I also have, I call it the thrift store, and you can see how dirty it is. But I bought a bunch of Falcons at a thrift store many moons ago. I mean, it's all there. I mean, some of them are kind of assembled, and some of them are just, took out of the box, put in a sack. So, you can never have too many spaceships. But anyway, everyone's seen the Cutaway Falcon, which I think it's a great kit for its age and for when it came out. I know everyone's on the big Bandai kick, and I'll get one of them sooner or later. So we're adding the Millennium Cutaway to the art. Guardians of the Galaxy. This is actually Dragon's 1/9 scale kit, and it's actually, if I can do it one hand, it's actually a vinyl kit. And it's actually a good, they're lightweight, but it's good and solid. I don't think you'd have a problem. You may want to like fill it. There's a hole there in the head. I mean, you could fill it with plaster or anything just to keep it from. But the detail on it's great. Now, my only complaint with these kits, they're a little pricey, but this was cheap because the box was all tore up and the packaging was missing, but the kit was there. But anyway, I think it's just a great kit. And there's actually 2 of these. There's you can actually get them model kit for them, or you can get them already pre-painted. And if they're cheap and they're pre-painted, because you can always repaint it, just shoot some primer on it. But at 1/9 scale, which basically, for better purposes, most figure kits in the styrene, and now I can't say all, because for example, that's 1/6 scale, that's 1/4 scale, but the majority, are basically 1/8, so he fits in pretty decent. Anyway, I wanted one, and I didn't have I have Dragon figure kits, but they're World War II, that nature, but I don't have a Guardians of the Galaxy. So I got a Rocket Raccoon for the art. And then at the hobby store, it was car day. I've been wanting one of these. This is the Piranha Super Spy Car, which if you notice, this is the car from The Man from U.N.C.L.E. But they didn't use the Man from U.N.C.L.E. They didn't have the license to do it, so they just did the Piranha Spy Car. Come to find out, a fellow modeler told me that this is actually the big box. There's actually a smaller box one, which I'm going to have to try to track it down so I can, again, get back into the collecting boxes, one of those. But anyway, I wanted this because I don't own the Man from U.N.C.L.E. car. I own the Man from Uncle kits, but I don't own the car, which I'd like to have the Man from Uncle box, and it don't even have to be complete, because I could get me a another one of these and put it in the Man from Uncle box if I had to. But anyway, and it's one of those, you know, should you put it with the Man from Uncle's or should you put it in the car lot? So we're going to put it in the, I call it the car lot section upstairs, so we'll probably stick it there. But anyway, we're adding the Man from Uncle car to the art. Up next, and I wasn't going to buy it, but a fellow modeler was there at the hobby store. He said, you need to buy this. I was like, no. Again, I don't want to do, you know, basically buying a race car, getting a pretty picture of Danica Patrick on here. But anyway, I'm glad I did buy it, because she is retiring. But anyway, it is a, you know, of course, a female kit. And the reason why I was sold on it, because it does come with a figure. Now, however, not a standing figure, which, you know, we'd like to have that one. But we'll take what we can get, and that's the sitting one there, which that's quite all right. But anyway, I'm glad I got it, and of course a female kit, you know. So that was a unique find for the art. So we're adding Danica Patrick to the art. We'll take good care of her, because we'll put her on top shelf. Up next for the vintage kits, picked up. I paid a little more than I should have for it, but I wanted it because I don't have this one. This is the $6 Million Man Evil Rider, and this is actually a 2 figure kit. And I love Fun Dimension kits. I think you actually get a little mini diorama, you know, figure. That's what I really prefer. It's an old 70s kit. They actually have 4. If you can see right here, the going through the wall, the fighting alligator, the Evil Rider, which I just got, and I need the Fight for Survival. So that's the one I'm on the lookout. But anyway, box is in great shape. You get a little comic scene on the thing, which go over to the $6 Million Man pile. There's actually 4 kits of the $6 Million Man, but I'm going to take that back. There's actually 5 kits, as I include the Bionic Woman as well. But anyway, I love the show. I remember bits and pieces. I'd really like to sit down and really watch it again. I think it'd be a treat to really get into it again. But anyway, I'm looking for the, and I'll probably get one. There's one that's pretty reasonable. I'll probably get it just so I can have the entire set of 5 $6 Million Man kits. But anyway, I saw that and I was like, man, I gotta have this. So we're adding another $6 Million Man kit to the art. Now for the literature, I picked it up. This is a pretty much a I think it came out in what, 2000? When did it come out? Where did I read that at? 2006. And I think there's one before it, but anyway, they're a little high. This is a Thomas Graham monogram models. Basically the history of monogram, and it does show you, pictures. And basically, you know, they start out doing wood kits. You know, they just did everything. Then they ventured into plastic. It talks about frog, hawk, and you name it. And I mean, it just goes into colorful detail, shows you displays, you know, what their kits look like, you know. And it's one of them. I try to, I don't really have a lot of these books, but I wanted to, someone bought that at Hobbytown USA. I have to guys find out who did that. But anyway, the, you know, it just shows all the different kits. I actually saw that, kit, and it's almost $100 because it says Barbie on it, and it's an old snap fit Corvette. That's just nuts. And now I want one because I don't have one. But anyway, I think it's a very cool kit. It just takes you down memory lane. The history in it is just extraordinary. And I don't want to go upstairs, but I got the, what's it called, the Ravels one up there, the history of Ravels, and I thought that was interesting. So I wanted to have the Ravels, the monogram, and I got the other Thomas Graham, the Aurora one, which that's one of the earlier ones. I'd like to have one of the newer ones that includes Monarch models in there as well. But anyway, adding monogram history literature to the art. And last but not least, I paid about $10 for it. It's you don't see them. That's the one thing. That's the reason why I bought it. It's really thin, but this is Ravels Modeling Handbook: How to Begin Building Models. And it came out in 1973, and it's just shows you the basics of model building. And I read most of this. It's actually top notch. Very, very good advice and everything else. It's just now it shows. We wish it was color, but it is 73. Good shape. It just shows basic, how to build models, and if you really followed it step by step, I think you can build a really good kit out of it. And fine scale, they got stuff like this all the time, but I thought this one was really down, straightforward, and really a nice booklet too. If you're just starting out building models, there's actually 6 of them: how to build models, how to paint and detail, how to build a better car, how to build a better motorcycle, how to build better airplanes, and better sailing ships. I've never seen none of them. I did see number 1. That's pretty much why I bought it. Of course, 60 cents. That's probably big money back then. But anyway, so there's 6 books. I want to try, if I get them cheap enough, I'm going to try to get the whole set just to have it, for the art. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. We're adding some Ravels Handbook. We're adding Monogram Handbook. We're adding Danica Patrick. Adding some more $6 Million Man. Of course, it's the Piranha Car, but we're going to call it the Man from Uncle Car. The Guardians, and of course, adding some more Falcons to the Star Wars section. So that's what I've got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.